Part 1, making the pumpkin. First, you need to make sure that we're safe with clay. You don't want to get this clay dust that's on my hands all over your clothes. You don't want to brush off your hands. And if there's clay dust on the clay board, you don't want to sweep it off. Or if the clay dust is on the table, you don't want to sweep it off and get it on the floor. The only way to safely clean up clay dust is to either wash your hands in the sink or use a wet sponge to sweep up everything. So everything needs to be kept wet. If clay dust gets dry like this, it gets into the air and you can't see it. It's so tiny that it just makes a cloud in the air that's pretty invisible to the eye, but you breathe it in. And breathing it in can be harmful to your health. So you need to be safe with clay and just make sure that if you have clay dust, that you're cleaning up properly and washing your hands. Okay, the first thing you need to do is get this big white board. I call it a clay board because we never use clay directly on the table. You will also need 3 paper towels. You will have 2 pieces of clay like this, and you want to make 2 spheres. They don't have to be perfect, just kind of make them into 2 spheres just quickly, like this. They should be about equal in size. You're going to poke your thumb into one of the spheres, pull it out, then put it in. Use your other fingers to press and turn and press and turn. Okay, so you're pressing and turning, and this is called hollowing out. Okay, and you can feel that the walls of the clay, these are the walls, that they are about even. Don't make them too thin. They have to be anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thick. Some people put it on the table and pinch. Don't do that, okay? That will make your walls too thin and it'll make it too wide. So hold it in your hand, turn it around very quickly, make a pinch pot. That is what this is called. So you want to do that with the other side. Okay. And then you want to get your paper towels. This will help hold the shape. Okay, put them inside. Make sure that the paper towels don't overlap the edges, like right there. Okay, put the other side on, and then you're going to blend these together. So if you watch my fingers, I kind of blend down, blend up, blend down, blend up. Okay, like this. Then I like to roll the clay, getting where I blended sort of smooth. And then I'm just going to use my fingers and my hands to make a pumpkin shape. Use your fingers to fill in all those cracks, like so. So it's going to be really important to get your pumpkin smooth out first before we do anything else to it. It'll be hard to smooth out any kind of cracks or lumps later on. Once you get it smoothed out, you're going to get a piece of plastic and you're going to wrap it around your sphere like this. Then you're going to get a Sharpie marker and you're going to write your name on the sphere and wait until the next step. Cleanup. you're going to need to use buckets and sponges to clean up this board. Like I said, cleanup is very important. So you're going to get a red bucket filled halfway through water, and you're going to use a big sponge. How you use a sponge is you need to squeeze out the water, okay, into the bucket. And don't put a big dripping sponge on the table or on the clay board. You're going to sweep and clean this clay board, and then you put the clay board away. Then you come back and you are going to hold the bucket in one hand, and you're going to sweep all of this clay dust into the bucket, so the clay dust does not get onto the floor. Then, if you have time, dry it with a towel or paper towels. But don't make the table a huge watery mess, and don't get water on the floor because it's very slippery.